So I got a couple of new players, and I wanted to show you my updated lineup and who I'm bringing into this match in the first seed. Gary Payton, Scottie Pippen, LeBron James, the usual. Shaquille O'Neal, I don't know why I said it like that, and Terry Cummings. I got him from a pack, the Bucks pack. I got lucky. And then we have Joe Dumars playing backup point because he's slow and he's short. We got Ruby Iggy, Kevin Durant, Kevin Love. I moved him to the bench. Tim Duncan because he's all-purpose. Andre Drummond, Emerald, and Michael Jordan. So before we get into the game, let me go give you the background because I'm not going to be talking about the gameplay. I'm going to be talking about something else. He has a pretty good starting lineup. He has a Sapphire, James Harden. He has some green pieces at the end. He has a Ruby, Andre Iguodala. His starting lineup is solid with LeBron James, Stephen Curry, and Dwight Howard. So, but you guys know how he's going to be. You know, the standard cheeser with the three-point spam and all the cheesy defense you could think about doing. So I had to go send a message by going for the off-backboard alley-oop to start the game. Now, this video is going to be about my preseason predictions for last season to see how accurate I was. I made 6 predictions, well 7 really, and we're gonna look back at them, and maybe for the next video I might go into the next season's predictions because I'm not doing a draft video today. Everybody else is doing it, and it makes more sense to talk about the effects. Look at that defense, the effects that the draft has on the future coming up, you know, like what's the point of making, you know, anyway. So let's get into this. Before the season started last year, I predicted that Derrick Rose was not going to be a top 3 point guard, and I was correct on that one. Even before the injury, he definitely was not a top 3 point guard. He was shooting like 30%, averaging like 14 points a game. The team was losing bad. They pretty much were like unintentionally tanking. So I don't really expect that much unless he can really show me something next year. Because the way he's playing, look at this guy. He quit the game. You guys are thinking the video's over? No, it's not over. I got something else for you guys. Let's get into another first seed match. My next prediction was Anthony Davis will be a superstar. And I was absolutely right about that one. I think if you ask most people, 8 out of 10 people, if you can start a franchise right now, like if everybody was open for free agency and they had to go do the draft from start, and everybody was stuck with their original contracts that they have right now inside their current situations, but you get a brand new kind of association mode draft, I think 8 out of 10 people would start in real life, not video games. In real life, they would start it with Anthony Davis. Not LeBron James, but Anthony Davis. He's on a rookie contract, and he's going to be the best big man. He's going to be the next Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett after they're gone. This guy is like only 20 years old, and he's doing things that are just like other people cannot do. As simple as that. They just can't do it. He came up as a guard and grew like 8 inches, so you know he's a prototype. My next prediction was that the Pacers would win the East. Now, that one's half right, half wrong because they did win the regular season for the East, but they didn't come out of the East to the finals. And I did put in parentheses as long as there's no injuries to Paul George or Roy Hibbert. To be fair, there wasn't an injury, but they had a major mental breakdown. They went through some self-imposed adversity because, come on, really? Paul George, you're addicted to OkCupid to the point where you're going to get catfished and throws up your entire game and ruins team chemistry, and and everybody assumes that that person who catfished him was Roy Hibbert's wife, and you gotta explain that. Forget it. That was just a travesty, absolute travesty. I don't know what happened to them. They had the easiest schedule in the East, but I don't know. They just couldn't make it happen because of whatever reason happened internally in the locker room. Then my wrong prediction was that Kevin Love would be in the MVP race. He was at first. Then I said that he would be the best power forward in the league, which he definitely wasn't. He's not even top 4 in my book. And I said the Timberwolves would make the playoffs because they had all the healthy pieces. And the last time they had all the healthy pieces without a Kevin Martin, they were scheduled to make the playoffs until Ricky Rubio got injured. But all of a sudden, Ricky Rubio turned into the worst shooter in NBA history. And the guy, like the least clutch player of all time because he refuses to shoot at all in the 4th quarter. Kevin Love, he is absolutely the antithesis of clutch. Oh my goodness, what an alley-oop to Scottie Pippen. I should have slow-moed that one. But Kevin Love, he started like the season off going like 0 for 13 and games decided with like 2 points or less or something like that. That is the opposite of clutch. That is the exact opposite of clutch. Kevin Love, and also he's like the average kid. Like, he cares way too much about his stats. Like, he puts winning second to his stats. He He's a horrible post defender. He's like the second worst in the league among starters because he doesn't put a hand up. He boxes you out immediately and hoping to get a rebound for his stats. He acts like he's getting graded on it and going to get VC at the end of the game or something. I don't understand what's wrong with this man. But as you guys can see so far, it is 19-9. I am up. This is the second game against this guy. You know, the first game I thought he got disconnected, but he was online in 2 minutes. So I guess he just pulled the plug, or he just, you know, quit on his own, and I had to make him pay for that by pushing the lead up to 13 in the first quarter with a minute to go. If you're gonna play cheesy defense against me, I've seen it all. Everybody in the first and second seed is a cheesy player. There's nothing you can show me that I haven't seen before or figured out how to stop. And if you're gonna keep going for half-court charges with not one but two players at a time, you're gonna keep giving me open lanes to the rim. It doesn't make a difference. And look at that crazy spin move. Lost his man in the shuffle and got the nice scoop layup with Joe Dumars, Joey D, the classiest of the bad boy Pistons. Michael Jordan comes down, gets the three-point shot, 29-15 in the first quarter, but 30 seconds to go. Let's run this score up, and he got an easy steal, but he just lost the will to continue. This guy just ran straight out of bounds. He's like, I don't deserve the ball anyway. Quit the game a second time. 2 easy wins for me. What's your prediction for next year?